We're going to start this video by talking about the strike and all the things that have gone down and why Necros' negativity towards anyone who's not a DPS player does play a role. Now, do I agree with it? No, I don't think you should allow one person's really horrible opinions change what you do for fun or what you play. Like, I play almost exclusively Vanguard and Strategist, and I'm not going to let Necros' opinions change what I do. But I get where strategists are coming from. You're being dove constantly. And yes, that is a problem when your whole job is to keep everyone else alive and yourself. And everyone's yelling, where's my heals? But you have Venom, Captain America, Black Panther, Magic, Spider-Man harassing you the entire match while you're trying to keep everyone else alive, do objectives, while at the same time the DPS are telling you how dog shit you are and dying repeatedly while they're off in Narnia where there's no possibility of line of sight. Unfortunately, there has been a pretty bad problem with sexism in the Marvel Rivals community, and if you're a female who plays Strategist, you're automatically yelled at, screamed, degraded. I can understand the perspective of saying, you know what, fuck it, you heal from now on if you think it's that easy. And I'll be honest, I've loathed Necros' takes all the way back to his shitty Genji takes in Overwatch. So him having awful Spider-Man based takes in Marvel Rivals wasn't a surprise to me. Like, here's the gem that's got people all fired up.
This is gonna be another really hot take. I will be honest, bro. I will be honest. When I think about it, let's all collectively give our opinions at the same time. So I'll ask you guys, who do you guys think on average are the worst players on the team? Which role typically has the worst players? If I asked you guys, you guys are saying that ironically. You guys know it's the support players, bro. You guys know it's the fucking support. It is not deep. Shut the fuck up, Chad. You guys are just trying to be funny. You guys are trying to be funny. You're just rage baiting me. It's just support players. They are just okay. The reason I say that is because how many times, like, let's say someone's doing bad on DPS, how many times do they get told to fucking swap to support? Like, you don't see like someone being like, oh man, you're really bad at support, go DPS.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Does this look familiar to anyone? A Spider-Man DPS in your group, no other healer other than you yourself going there? Well, if you are a support player and still playing support, I salute you. I do it too. And if you have a Lord support character, you are in the trenches, because Season 2 is wild and we got stuff to talk about. Because first of all, the strike is on and you're seeing it and you're feeling it. And I've had to play support more than I've ever wanted to. Like, I enjoy tanking as well. I have a Lord Magneto. I'm on my way to Lord Emma. But here we are knowing that no one's playing support. And the reasons is people are getting mad. They're sick of getting shit on. They're sick of getting dove on. They're sick of being told they suck and that they're useless. And comments like this from Necros is exactly what's happening. And if you don't think that's the truth, it is clearly, because TikTok is ravenous about this and people are striking. A strike by support players. I know it's called Strategist, but let's be honest, this is what's going on right now. And takes like this is not the first one by Necros, and he has a very, very large following and has become one of the darlings of the dev team, as he's involved in every one of their major events, every one of their kickoff programs. Like, here's the picture of him with Tim the Tatman. And this is when they were doing their kickoff on February 18th for Johnny. And of course, The Thing, they did theirs together. Necros has been involved in every major event from the dev team. And comments like the one I'm about to show you is why support players are calling it. Now, he's caused two major problems. We're going to talk about the support problem first. And then we're going to talk about the other one, which is everyone needs to be Spider-Man.
That's why I hate support players, guys. I hate support players because they are literally allergic to good takes. They're just morons. They're idiots, and I hate them. I hate them. They never have any good takes. It's exactly what ruined Overwatch. Why is Overwatch? Because it's just dominated by supports. It's because Blizzard caved in and listened to fucking Redditors. The entire game boils down to who has the better support player. If your backline is stupid, you lose. How many times have you died and you hear this?
I am ready to put on a show.
How many times have you died and you hear that? It pisses me off so much. For real, I can't lie. It's so annoying to get support players that's just all too late. Or like a tank dies, two tanks die, and then you hear, I am ready to put on a show. Yeah, put on a show for their cold, dead corpses.
Like I said earlier in the video, I don't take Necros' takes seriously. I don't find them to make a difference in my life, but I do understand why people get upset about it. Like, basically, all he talks about is how awful strategist players or support players in Overwatch were and are, and how DPS is the most talented class, which is just, I don't know. As a person who doesn't play DPS in any game I play, I've always either tanked or healed. I know the nuance and the caveats of playing those classes. And when I do play DPS, I find it freaking easy. And yes, no one's going to ask your strategist to get off to play DPS because otherwise you die. You die because you're getting no heals. Then everyone who's in that 1-4-1 match is like, where's my heals? And the tank's got to stay alive. So, well, guess what? You're on your own. And I think this has gotten to the point where a lot of people who watch Necros and are those Spider-Man DPS mains are like, yeah, fuck the strategist. But you know what? You're not going to survive without them. And it gets to the point where people just get fed up. And I understand why. Now, for me, I don't think Necros should have any kind of real sway in the community. But I understand why people are. And you're seeing it on TikTok. You're seeing it on YouTube. You're seeing it on Twitter. You're seeing it on Blue Sky. Everyone is talking about how they're fed up and how they don't want to. And I think Necros really has become more of a focal point of a real problem. Now, I don't think he is the face of the situation. And I want that clearly stated. I don't think Necros is the crux of this problem. But I do see why he has become the poster child for it. Because he's saying the things with his whole chest that all DPS mains believe. Your hard lock DPS players always believe I play nothing but DPS and I carry the team, and I am the one you should bow down to. And that is the mentality of a DPS player. It's what you saw in Overwatch. It's what you saw in Paladins. It's what you saw in any other shooter. DPS mains believe they are the centerpiece, while the tank is controlling ground, allowing you to progress forward or backwards, pulling the clutches, or the support is keeping everyone alive so that can proceed. DPS mains care about one thing: KDR. To be honest, a lot of times those insta-lock DPS have the worst KDR on the team. And you know whose fault it is? Not theirs. And that's been a problem I've noticed with Marvel Rivals. And we've talked about the fact there is no role queue in another video. People can play whatever they want. And now that situation is creating a problem because you know what? People who play strategists and have chosen to play strategists and play Sue and play Cloak and Dagger, play Luna, play Jeff, play Loki, play Adam Warlock, play Mantis, play Rocket are saying, you know what? You choose to hard lock DPS. I can do that too. And now the hard lock DPS mentality that has been going on since season 0, since the beta really, is now rearing its ugly head because those players aren't switching off. So guess what happens then? If the strategist mains are leaving, or just striking, I guess is probably the realistic term, because eventually they're going to say, this sucks and I want to go back to playing my strategists that I love playing, and Ultron's coming in Season 2.5, which will bring the game another strategist. They're going to go back. But people are feeling it, even in high elo. I was watching a friend play who is a Groot main, which of course, let's be honest, Groot's been banned a lot. He is in Celestial, and he was playing a match, and I watched the pre-queues go in, and he was queued. I was going to be playing Groot. The other 5 players were all DPS. The bans came in. Groot got banned. He switched to Emma, but none of the other ones did, and they got rolled like really bad because none of the other players switched to support. It was one tank, him on Vanguard as Emma, and 5 duelists. And I said to him after the match in chat, what is going on? He's like, this is not the first time this has happened to me tonight. And I play in a lower elo. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been in gold this whole season because I didn't feel like playing last season. And I dropped down to bronze, and I've been working my way up. And I'm seeing it there too. And I'm seeing it in quick play. And I'm seeing it everywhere. So it is a real, tangible thing. And I understand why they feel the way they do. Now, the second problem, of course, is Spider-Man. Like, every match has a Lord Spider-Man. I don't know how there is this many Lord Spider-Mans. Maybe it's just Necros fans. I think Tim says it best here.
Dude, I can't get away from them. Everyone is a Lord Spider-Man. And I think, you know whose fault it is? It's content creators' faults, okay? They watch people like Necros or whoever else the fuck plays Spider-Man. And they think they can play like them, but they can't. And now they're plaguing ranked.
Now, I kind of laugh a little bit because I love watching Tim, and Tim's takes surprisingly have been pretty good on Marvel Rivals. And I've actually really liked how his thoughts on the strike was actually pretty supportive. His thoughts on Spider-Man being a menace is absolutely the case because they're everywhere. And it doesn't matter if you're playing ranked. It doesn't matter if you're playing quick play. There will always be a Lord Spider-Man somehow. Like, there's more Lord Spider-Mans, I think, than any characters. Maybe all characters combined, and they're everywhere. They're an absolute menace. And what can I say? But Tim is right on the crash out. Like, they're always on your side, and they're always terrible. And there's the role of Spider-Man is kind of, if there's a Lord Spider-Man on their side and a Lord Spider-Man on your side, the one on your side will always be a moron. And probably go 3-15, yelling at the poor supports. Why aren't I getting heals? You guys all suck. And you'll be like, why don't you switch off Spider-Man? They're like, I am Spider-Man. And that's kind of what happens with this. And like the Necros players of the world who think they're Necros, like Necros is a phenomenal Spider-Man player. I'll give him credit. He's a great DPS player. His takes are shit, but he's a great Spider-Man player. And when it comes to everyone thinking they're Necros, that is a phenomenon I've never seen. Now, I know Spider-Man is a beloved character. When Spider-Man dropped exclusively on PlayStation in Marvel's Avengers, caused a huge riot because all the Xbox and PC players wanted to play as Peter Parker as well. And I know how much he's loved. But man, can we have enough of the Spider-Man players? And I don't care which Lord Spider-Man you see. If you look at their roster, 9 times out of 10, it's like 200 hours on Spider-Man and like 3 to 5 minutes on anyone else. It's just like, this is who I'm going to play. This is who I am. I am Spider-Man. Now, is the Spider-Man problem nearly as big as the strike? No. And it's not. And it's just kind of one of those annoying things that I absolutely hate about the game is that there's always a Spider-Man and they're usually pretty bad. But it's not the problem that the strike thing is. And when it comes boiling down to it, I get where people are coming from. I understand their perspective. I understand how they feel. And I feel like this is one thing that has been exacerbated a little bit by the fact that there is open queue everywhere. It's not a mode. It's not a position. It's not like you play ranked open queue or you play ranked queued. Like, it is what it is. And if there's no support in your group, the Spider-Man ain't changing. He is not. He's the guy that's going to be like, I am Spider-Man. I'm going to need you to switch off. You can switch off. We've always had this conversation about what you can do. And I've always become a flex player. And it's my natural inclination not to lock first. As much as I probably should, I never do. I always look at the composite of the team and say, what will I fit in? Well, shit, there's no Vanguards. Well, shit, there's no Strategists. I should probably play one of them. And if that's the case, you fall in the same trap that I do where you feel guilted into playing something else. Maybe there is a day I just want to go out and play Bucky for a few matches, but it doesn't happen because there's always too many DPS players. They're all out there. They all want to be Spider-Man. They all want to be whomever. But Spider-Man mates, like, let's be honest, there's always a Spider-Man in your group. If you have not 6 stacked with your friends, and there's one random guy that shows up in your match to play, he's going to be Spider-Man. I don't know what it is. It's the rule of dumbassery. And this community definitely has a fair amount of it sometimes. I'm going to say this. This will be the last point I have on this topic. Do I think Necros is the big problem? No, I don't. Do I think he is a problem in some ways? Probably. Because of the fact of the takes he makes and the way he talks down to a section of the community. If you are a strategist main, he really just doesn't like you. And he doesn't respect you. And that's dog shit. Like, I've seen plenty of content creators who are strategist mains, Vanguard mains, or DPS mains. And they don't really degrade the other parts of it. It is a team game when it comes down to it. You are a team of 6 people serving roles. So if someone's playing strategist, they're playing that role to keep you alive so you can go out and get kills. Like, the fact that you think that it's an individual game of 6 players is a bizarre take. And he's always had this mentality all the way back to Overwatch that he is the center of the team and you should play around him. And I never really cared for Necros' takes. I've said this before in the video. I never really think his opinions are good. And I think he also likes to just shit on players who don't play the same class as him. But do I think he's worth a strike? No. But do I understand where they're coming from? I absolutely do. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Necros, about the strike, about too many Spider-Mans. I want to hear it all. I want to talk about this because I feel like this is a conversation that is a thing that should be being had right now. Like, it is a real topic. And I want to hear your thoughts about it. As always, thanks for watching, and later, mates.